Hey everyone. So what is probate? The big P word in my industry, right? It's scary most of the time. That's what people think. It's not really that scary, but what is it? Why do you want to avoid it? So probate is the court-appointed process in order to distribute assets upon someone's death. So when someone dies, we need to distribute their assets in the best way possible. And if you don't have anything to say how they should pass, they need to go through probate. So that means really, if you don't have a trust or your assets are not below the probate threshold, then you need to go through the probate process. And the reason I say that is because a will does not allow you to avoid probate. So people think sometimes a will is all you need and you can avoid the probate process. And I'm here to tell you that is not true. Now, sometimes you're below the threshold and you can use that will to say where I want things to go. And therefore you don't have to go through the probate process. But that is not, the will itself is not allowing you to avoid that. It is really the fact that you're under the probate threshold. So there is a probate threshold that you have to consider, but why do we care to avoid probate? Why does it matter? Well, so a lot of people don't like going through the court process, right? Not always a lot of fun. Many a times you have to hire an attorney. You don't have to, but many a times you feel like you need to because you just don't know the system and the process. So probate takes a lot of time. Right now, it's taking a lot longer because of just the state of the world and things like that. In normal times, though, it takes probably a year at least for a very simple probate. And that's because it just takes time to get in front of the court. And you can't distribute assets until it's done. So until it's fully finished is when your family gets assets, not somewhere in the middle when it's done. So that's definitely a consideration to keep in mind when you're thinking like, oh, do I want to try to avoid this process or not? That's one of the reasons you want to avoid it. The other thing is that it costs a lot of money and it's statutorily set. So when you hire an attorney, they get paid statutorily based upon gross assets, not net assets. So think about that. You may have a lot of debts, but if you still want those assets to pass to your loved ones, whatever equity is left in them, and you want to have that done, you still need to go through the probate process, and the attorneys get paid off of the gross assets, okay? Now let's just say you didn't hire an attorney and all you had was your administrator. So you need to have an administrator no matter what, and they also get paid the same statutory fees. So for example, a $400,000 house, statutorily, the attorneys get paid $11,000 off of that probate, and the administrator gets another $11,000. So that's a really quick example, but it breaks down based upon the amount of gross assets. So it's hard to say this is just a percentage because it's not that simple, but just think about that. That is a lot of money that is going to other people that are not your loved ones. So quick probate is the court-appointed process to make sure that your assets pass. And those are the quick reasons you want to avoid it. It takes a lot of time and it costs a lot of money. So, and it's not the decisions that you make. So you can make decisions now about what you want. So take that in consideration. Think about that when you're thinking about, do I want to trust? Do I need to think about estate planning? The question is, do you want to avoid probate? And I'm going to tell you, the answer is most of the time, yes. So if you have questions about probate, estate planning, trust, or any other things associated with that, give us a call and we'll help you through that process and figure out what works best for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.